Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. If you're migrating your business operations over to Biznsbook, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking a spatial guided tour of the Biznsbook Inventory Module. Think of this as, mapping out your brand new daily workspace. We really want you to know exactly what you can do in the system and precisely where to find it in the menus. Because let's be real, nobody wants to spend their day hunting around for buttons. We want to save you time and protect those margins.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to systematically walk through the navigation pane from top to bottom, starting with a quick 10,000-foot view of inventory management, hitting your daily workbench for core operations, exploring the analytics, zooming out to the connected ecosystem, and then getting you set up for your very first practical task.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1. Welcome to Inventory Management, the 10,000-foot view.
Now, before we start clicking on menus wildly, we really need to establish the core purpose of this module and what it actually means for your daily tasks. As a new user, this central hub represents the end of a major headache. I'm talking about disconnected spreadsheets. You're now running your operations from a single system of truth. When you receive goods in here, boom, it updates your stock and your accounts payable. When you sell, it reduces that stock and instantly records revenue. It's all beautifully, seamlessly connected.
By definition, the inventory module is your single place to control what you stock, where it sits, and what it's worth, all the way from supplier receipt through sale or return. Definitely keep this in mind. Every single menu item we're going to look at today serves one of these three core functions: tracking the actual item, tracking its physical location, or tracking its financial value.
Moving right along to Section 2, Core Operations and Tracking. Basically, your daily workbench.
Okay, let's look at where the physical movement of your stock is actually recorded. If you follow the path in your sidebar to Inventory and Warehouse, and then click Inventory Operations, you are going to find your heavy lifters. This is where you'll be executing those daily tasks. You've got your health dashboard for quick alerts on low stock. You have fast receive and fast dispatch for that high-volume barcode dock work. Plus, you'll find all your menus for stock adjustments, moving goods between warehouses, and calculating landed costs. Things like freight and duty.
Now, just below that, still under Inventory and Warehouse, is the Inventory Tracking menu. This group is highly specific. It's totally dedicated to monitoring batches, lot details, and expiry risks. So, if you're dealing with perishables, food, or pharmaceuticals, the Expiry Tracker and Expiry Analytics screens in this menu, they're going to become your absolute best friends. They'll help you pick using first expired, first out methodologies to prevent some seriously costly waste.
So, what's the crucial takeaway here? It's really about understanding the distinction between these two adjacent menus. If you're moving a physical box, receiving a shipment, or fixing a stock count, you go to Operations. But if you're checking an expiration date, investigating a specific batch of goods, or ensuring compliance, you go to Tracking. It's all about separating the physical movement from the lot compliance. Make sense, right?
Next up, Section 3, Visuals, Planning, and Reports. This is the brain of the operation.
Once you've mastered the daily movement of boxes, you've got to manage the overall strategy. These are the menus designed for warehouse visualization, purchasing foresight, and historical analysis. First up is the Inventory Visual menu. If your company has the Warehouse module enabled and you've got map permissions, this is where you can visually check zones, racks, and location capacity. Instead of just staring at spreadsheets full of numbers, you can actually see a visual representation of exactly how full your warehouse bins are. Pretty cool.
And that brings us right to our next capability, the Replenishment menu. This is your go-to area for purchase planning, ensuring you prevent stockouts long before they happen. You can check the replenishment dashboard for at-risk items, approve purchase requisitions, and use the ABC/XYZ classification to segment your items by value and demand variability. This entire menu is laser-focused on looking forward.
Conversely, we have the Inventory Reports group. This is where finance and management are going to spend their time. You'll find the stock ledger and stock card for movement history, your weighted average valuation reports, and this is a real game changer, the incredibly powerful dead stock analysis tool. It actually gives you AI-style suggestions to bundle, discount, or just write off that slow-moving inventory.
Let's pause for a second and see how this builds out your conceptual map. Replenishment looks to the future. What do we need to buy right now so we don't run out later? Reports look to the past. What did we buy? What did it cost? And what is just sitting on a shelf gathering dust? Understanding this split helps you navigate straight to the exact right menu, depending on whether you're planning ahead or auditing the past.
All right, moving into Section 4, Connected Menus and Setup. Let's look at the broader ecosystem.
because the inventory module absolutely does not live in a vacuum. By mapping out the connected modules, you can see exactly what feeds into your system. You have products for your master catalog. Purchasing is where you'll find the formal goods received notes and supplier invoices. Sales houses your delivery notes for shipping goods out. And setup is where you define your parties, which is just Biznsbook's term for your customers and your suppliers. To get really specific on those paths, you're going to go to Products and then click Products again to see your item master list. That's your core catalog. To manage the people you buy from and sell to, you'll navigate to Setup and then click Parties. You're going to need both of these configured before you can easily start moving stock around.
It's super helpful to think of purchasing and sales as mirrors of each other. Purchasing handles your inbound flow, bringing goods into the warehouse from suppliers and handling returns to vendors. Sales, on the other hand, is your outbound flow, issuing delivery notes and shipping products out to your customers. Your inventory sits right there in the middle, dynamically updating as all these inbound and outbound documents are posted.
Finally, under that Inventory and Warehouse tab, we have Inventory Settings. This is primarily for the administrators. It's where you configure the underlying rules of the system, setting up automated expiry alert emails, configuring your barcode scanners, and turning on awesome features like receipt batch photos if you want your dock team snapping and uploading images of arriving pallets.
Now, if you remember nothing else from today, remember this number, 1. Despite all these distinct menus we just went through, operations, replenishment, purchasing, sales, the whole shebang flows into one unified system of truth. When you receive an item in purchasing, your inventory operations dashboard updates instantly, and your inventory reports immediately reflect the new financial valuation.
And that brings us to Section 5, Next Steps, specifically Product Setup.
Okay, we've completed our spatial tour, but knowing exactly where the menus are is only half the battle, right? Now we need to put some actual data into them. So, here's what you should do next to prepare for your next step in onboarding. Number 1, locate that products menu we discussed on your sidebar. Number 2, select products to open your item master list. And number 3, gather your data and prepare to enter your very first item's details. Things like item codes, purchase prices, reorder levels, and barcode numbers.
Because that is exactly what we are covering next. Our next explainer in this tutorial series is a step-by-step walkthrough on setting up your first product in the Item Master. We're going to go through every single field you need to know. Until then, I want to leave you with this thought. What is the single most complex product in your current catalog? And how satisfying is it going to be to finally track it perfectly in one unified system? See you in the next explainer.